guys, it's Will with Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society, and I'm here with a special video. I'm going to be talking about the new police story. This is a Jackie Chan film, which came out in 2004. It's directed by Benny Chan, and a lot of people really love this movie and think of it as like Jackie's return to making like good action movies, basically after a period of making kind of like cornier stuff or more internationally minded. Because this is like a Hong Kong action film, straight up. And it's a dark movie. It's a violent movie. It's rated R for violence. And so I am putting on my screenwriter's hat, and I'm going to talk about kind of the many aspects of filmmaking that went into this film and how I think that if they had spent just a little bit more time working on the finer details of the screenplay, that it could be a much better film. I enjoyed this movie. I'm not gonna hate on it. That's not why I'm here. But there are interviews with Benny Chan and Jackie Chan and various other people on this DVD, and there's like a making of and stuff like that. This is a Lionsgate. I got this for $3 in Amoeba, used. So it's just like the whatever standard U.S. Lionsgate release of this film. But so Benny Chan talks a lot about character motivation and three-dimensionality of characters, and you can really, really see the attention to that in the way that the movie is put together. If you look at Daniel Wu plays the villain, and Andy On is in this movie, and their characters are given a three-dimensionality. They're a little bit like stock in terms of like the turn of the millennium, like X Gamesy, like Wayward Youth, grew up playing video games, hate authority figures type, like pop punk mall villain kind of thing. But, I mean, Daniel Wu's performance is fantastic, and the other villains, there's 4 of them, they're all very good too, and they bring a lot of weight to their characters, and there's behind-the-scenes, footage of, there's a scene where Daniel Wu, like, really has to cry at the end, and there's a scene where you see in the behind-the-scenes footage of Benny Chan, the director, speaking with Daniel Wu, like, in private about, like, really emotional stuff until Daniel Wu is actually crying, and then he's like, okay, roll the cameras, let's shoot the scene. So, the focus on the acting and the characters is really tremendous, and it really shows through when you watch the film. And like Jackie Chan too, and the effort that he put into his performance, and like where to be hysterical, because it's a very sad movie. It's very violent and dark, and so where is Jackie Chan's character being sad? Where is he being drunk? How drunk is too drunk? How sad is too sad? They put so much into the characters and the performances, and also I think the kind of the visuals of the film, that those finer points of screenplay logic slip through the cracks, and to me, they kind of undermine the efficacy of the film. So I'm going to give you 3 like really obvious examples to me of what I'm talking about and how they kind of cheapen the experience of watching the film. And again, I really like this film, but I think that it could have been like a great Jackie Chan movie, like a great, at least late period Jackie Chan movie. Obviously, I don't think anything would be as good as the 80s stuff. And instead, it's just like a fun, kind of like a fun action thriller, like summer movie. So, and I'm spoilers, because I can't tell you the plot of the movie without spoiling it, right? So, there's this character in the film who is kind of like a guardian angel to Jackie Chan's character. So Jackie Chan undergoes this tragedy, and he becomes like an alcoholic, and he's suspended from the police force. And this guy comes to him and is like, we need your help on a case. And the supervisor gave me permission to come and contact you, bring you back in, help you clean up, etc. Right? And this character is like walking around the police station, and he's like working with the police, like forensics people and technology people, to get clues and to analyze evidence. He's talking, there's a scene where he and Jackie have a 3-way conversation with like a superior officer about like what they're allowed to do on the case, whatever, like what Jackie is allowed to do if he's back, all this kind of stuff. You find out like maybe 2/3 of the way through the film that like one of the plot twists is that this guy is not a cop. Like, how is he's walking around the police station, he's using police equipment, he's using, like, the police forensics team, and no one is like, who are you? Why are you here? Like, and this is the kind of thing where, like, it seems completely ludicrous when you watch the film that no one bothered to stop this guy to be like, do you have an ID? Like, but If you don't know, I have a degree in screenwriting, and I went to grad school for film school for screenwriting, and I've read a lot of scripts, and especially genre scripts. So I've actually read Jackie Chan films before they were produced by U.S. companies that were thinking of distributing them. So I've read thousands of scripts, like professionally, and through internships and stuff like that. And these things are really, really easy to fix through reverse engineering if you can catch them before they happen, right? Before you go and make the movie, if you can find it in the script. So what they could have done very easily is they could have been like, oh, maybe this guy is an expert at forging documents, and he makes like a fake police ID, and he makes like a fake whatever, record of himself in the police system, and that because what his excuse is, oh, I've been transferred. But it's like, dude, if you've been transferred, someone would ask for your transfer paperwork, right? But if you're an electronics expert and a document forger, you can fake all this stuff, and that would take like 30 seconds of screen time, maybe a minute, a couple lines of dialogue to show. Another example is towards the end of the film, the Daniel Wu character, who is the villain, walks into the police station with a bomb, goes deep into the police station, and puts the bomb on a woman and walks out. Okay, is there any police station in the world that you can get past the front desk at without showing an ID or without having a package or whatever it is that you're carrying inspected, right? So Daniel Wu comes in, and let's run through the scene. Okay, the cop at the front desk is like, I'm sorry, sir, who are you? Oh, I'm such and such. Here's my driver's license. Okay, well, we have to look through your bag. Oh, there's a bomb in there. Like, it's just ludicrous. But, again, this is the kind of thing that you can fix. So Daniel Wu's character in the film is rich. And his dad is, it's not his dad or his stepdad is like a police inspector. Right? So you can have a 30-second scene where Daniel Wu goes up to the desk. But here's the caveat, right? Like, this is a kind of plot hole that could explain itself given that his dad is a police inspector, except I don't think he's the inspector of that district in which Jackie Chan works, right? Because it's that same police station. So it doesn't make sense that he would have gone up to the front desk and they would have been like, oh, you're the son of the so-and-so, okay, head on back, right? They would, like, he could say, hey, my dad is this guy, here's my driver's license as proof. And then they could say maybe what's in the package. He's like, oh, it's just a present for a cop who did us a favor. Like, again, 30 seconds, a minute of screen time, you can fix these problems. The one other thing I'll mention is the bomb that he puts around the woman's neck, right? It has these little ball bearings in it. And the setup of the bomb is you have to keep it completely flat and straight, or else the ball bearings will trigger the bomb and it'll explode, right? Because they'll slide around within the bomb. It's never explained why the woman upon whom the bomb is put upon this woman and it's like strapped around her neck, right? But the Daniel Wu character never says if you move or try to take it off, it will blow you up, right? At least not that I can remember. And I watched this movie pretty carefully because I was paying attention to these kind of like gaps in logic. Then the Jackie Chan character and the guy who's pretending to be the cop, I think is the other character in the scene, they come into the scene and they help her. So even assuming that this woman is terrified and doesn't think like, oh, well, maybe I should just take this bomb off and put it down on a table, and because the table is flat and straight, the ball bearings won't move and no one will blow up. You'd think that Jackie Chan's character, being a veteran detective, right, will be like, hey, here's an idea. Let's take it off, put it down on that table, and then we'll all just evacuate the police station. We do find out eventually that that Daniel Wu there's like some kind of wire, and he tied the wire very clandestinely to her shoulder while he was talking to her, and if she walks away from the bomb, the wire trips and blows up, right? But they don't know that, is the thing. So it doesn't make sense to me that looking at the mechanics of that bomb, not one of those people would have been like, hey, let's just put it down, right? But again, this is really easy to fix. You could say something like, well, the bottom of the bomb is pressure sensitive, and if it feels its own weight fully against a flat surface instead of your lap, I don't know, it'll blow up. Or like the neck thing that you're wearing is rigged, and if you try to take it off, like, there are a lot of ways that you could explain this very quickly, like one line of dialogue, like 5 to 10 seconds of screen time. So those are the three things I want to talk about. The movie is New Police Story. It is starring Jackie Chan. It's directed by Benny Chan. Like I said, like, this is just an example to me of, like, when I watch films sometimes, my screenwriter brain just starts picking up on stuff. I pay attention to it, and I can't stop paying attention to it. So if you like these videos, let us know, because this is the second kind of like screenplay video I've done. The other one was about Election, the Johnny Toe film. I can do a lot more of these. Again, well, not again, but you do sometimes run into the problem that if you don't have a physical copy of the script to read, it's hard to know what was on the page, what was created as they were filming, what was left out in the editing room, etc., etc. Right? So it's possible that these problems were solved on the page, but then taken out during editing. But just watching them and thinking about gaps in logic, I start to think about the script, and maybe they weren't in the script in the first place. But honestly, I don't know. So my name is Will. This is Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.